Greetings, my friends. I want to thank you all for subscribing. I want to thank all of my channel members for supporting me in this endeavor to save pop culture. And if you are not subscribed, please consider supporting this channel. We need you. Thank you. Greetings, my friends. I am Dictor Van Doomcock, the future ruler of Earth, broadcasting from my hidden base at the center of the Earth. And I am here today to spread the good news about just how badly the Marvels has failed. You think that $47 million opening weekend was bad? The drop-off in box office is staggering this week, folks, as reported in outlets this weekend. I mean, we're talking box office Armageddon here, people. Sodom and Gomorrah level obliteration. And according to sources speaking to my Hollywood spies, Disney is not admitting just how much money they sunk into the Marvels. According to my spies, the losses Disney is facing could be catastrophic. Absolutely catastrophic. This Brie Larson flaming wreck is just a jaw-dropping spectacle. Under pressure from Nelson Peltz and his proxy allies who are making a serious bid to seize seats on the Disney board and possibly wrest control from Bob Iger, this Hindenburg-like Disney disaster at the box office couldn't come at a worse time for those in Disney management who have given up on making money and doubled down on making extremist political points that drive the majority of their audience away. In this video, I'm going to discuss just how badly the box office for the Marvels has dropped off, and then I'm going to share a rumor from my Hollywood spies about how much Disney spent on the Marvels, both in terms of budget and advertising. And I have to tell you, when I saw this figure, I was reeling.
In metaphorical terms, it's like the Marvels is my foot, and my foot is stomping on Cinderella's castle, Doomcock. Just when the stock was going up, Disney drops another floater in the box office tank. It's right there for all the analysts in the world to see, and it's going to be a tough one for Iger to flush out of sight.
It's going to be impossible for him to flush that turd, Harvey. My Hollywood spies have also provided me with some rumored reactions to the failure of the Marvels behind the scenes at Disney, and I'll be including that in this video as well, along with a very telling admission from Iger, which proves the point that you just made. Iger can't flush this floater down. All he can do is spray some air freshener around and caution people not to go in there for a while. All right, my friends, let's start off with the facts of the matter before we get into the rumors. An article in Screen Rant has laid out the basic parameters of this stunning failure, titled, "The Marvels Tracking for a Catastrophic Second Weekend Box Office Drop," and in that article they paint a very grim picture for Mickey. Quote, "The Marvels is experiencing a terrible box office drop in its second week, starring the characters Kamala Khan, Carol Danvers, and Monica Rambeau. The movie serves as a follow-up to Captain Marvel, Ms. Marvel, and WandaVision, while also tying into other Marvel Cinematic Universe projects. The movie suffered a disappointing opening weekend, earning a mere $47 million against a budget of over $270 million. While the Marvels ending sets up the future of the MCU, does it have a future? It is setting a dangerous trend in the real world. After its painful opening, the movie is also suffering a severe drop in its second weekend. According to a report by Variety, it earned just under $3 million on Friday, marking an 87% drop. I repeat, marking an 87% drop. Variety estimates that it should earn only $10 million through the weekend. The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes and Trolls Band Together, have taken first and second place at the box office so far. The failure of the Marvels is a disastrous result for the MCU, unquote.
Excuse me, I'm not certain I heard you correctly. My ears are not what they used to be, wherever they are. Did you say the Marvels has experienced a box office drop of 87% in its second week?
You heard me correctly, O Skull of Calderon.
That is a shitload of people who don't want to see the Marvels.
You are correct, sir. It seems that everyone who really wanted to see it saw it on the opening weekend. The director of the movie went on the usual tirade and blamed men for not going to see the movie because they're sexist and racist, blah, blah, blah. But of course, the director wound up looking like a whiny asshole when it was quickly revealed that 65% of the audience that did go to see the Marvels was men. So in actual fact, the whiny director should have been blaming all the women who failed to show up for the Marvels in solidarity with the sisterhood against the patriarchy and all that bullshit. But that's neither here nor there. The time to debate who is not showing up for the Marvels is past, because now it's pretty obvious. When you ask who is not showing up to watch the Marvels, the answer is pretty much everyone. Shit, folks. You know it's bad when the Hunger Games prequel starring reviled actress Rachel Zegler beats the Marvels, for God's sakes. It's so damn bad that even Bob Iger was forced to admit in a public statement that Marvel needs to focus on quality, not quantity, moving forward. In an article titled "Disney's Box Office Problems Ramp Up Pressure on Disney CEO Bob Iger and Studio Chief Alan Bergman," CNBC writes, quote, "It's rare for Disney Chief Executive Bob Iger to acknowledge his company has had creative missteps. So when he does, it's probably wise to pay attention. As I've looked at our overall output, meaning the studio, it's clear that the pandemic, blah, 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 they always blame the pandemic. Jesus Christ, look at the fucking scripts that you're doing. It's clear that the pandemic created a lot of challenges creatively for everybody, including for us. Wow, I didn't know that one of the symptoms of COVID-19 was bad writing, but I guess it is, according to Iger. Iger said last week during Disney's earnings conference call, "I've always felt that quantity can actually be a negative when it comes to quality, and I think that's exactly what happened. We lost some focus." Iger followed his comments with a new mandate: Disney will be making fewer films, unquote.
Ladies and gentlemen, what you just heard is corporatese for "we just got our asses kicked. Game over, man. Game over."
Harvey Cthulhu, the game may be over even worse than is generally known. At this point, I must state that what I'm about to share with you is information provided to me by sources through my Hollywood spies, but since I cannot personally confirm this information, I am presenting it solely as unverified rumor, and I ask you to please take it with a grain of salt. So this past Thursday, I received a stunning update from my Hollywood spies about just how much Disney allegedly spent on the Marvels. They write, quote, "The flop from the Marvels is bad. So we got some new info on just how much Disney spent. $355 million for the budget. I know it's crazy, but wait. The newest info says Disney spent even more on the ad campaign. We are talking close to $400 million. We are working to get some more information on this, but as for now, this seems very likely to be true," unquote.
I'm no mathematical wizard, but it seems to me that 355 plus 400 equals a shitload of money.
$755 million to be precise, O Skull of Calderon. If this is true, and that's a big if, folks, that means Disney needs to recoup something along the lines of $1.5 to $1.7 billion just to break even, by my calculations. Of course, I'm not a mathematician either. And the Marvels is going to earn $1.5 billion when woke unicorns fly out my ass, painting Xanadu rainbow-colored with their farts. I'm sure Mexican Iron Man could give us a ballpark estimate of how much Disney is likely to lose on the Marvels, but trust me, if these rumored figures are correct, Disney could possibly lose even more money on the Marvels than they did on Indiana Jones 5. Just a few minutes ago, I received the following rumor from my Hollywood spies about how Disney is taking this failure. Literally about 10 minutes ago, as I speak, I received this notice, quote, "We are being told there will be a major meeting Monday. This meeting notice was put out just a few hours ago," unquote. I'm told that Disney has had a number of panicked meetings about the failure of the Marvels, and I would assume that this latest meeting is in response to this 87% box office drop-off in the Marvels' second week. Cue up wailing and gnashing of teeth. This is just the latest in a string of box office disappointments, failures, and outright disasters from the Walt Disney Company. Someone needs to remind these people that Disney is supposed to be an entertainment company that, alas, seems incapable of being entertaining. No, they're too wrapped up in political agendas and nonsense to entertain anyone. It's painful to see for Disney fans, so perhaps it is a small mercy that there are fewer and fewer Disney fans every day. Less people around to lament the fall of a company that used to be as wholesome and American as apple pie. From the center of the earth, this is Dictor Van Doomcock bidding you all, my friends, stay angry. Ha 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 ha.